Hi, hello everyone. I'm very happy to see the great response we have been getting for the Why Not series. It's my pleasure to invite to the episode 5 of Why Not webinar series. The today topic is digital transformation and future of jobs. So in the pandemic times, we have witnessed extraordinary disruption in all fields across the world. However, it was the resultant in complete analog to digital transformation to all sectors. Many of companies are working from home. Our students have online classes. Most of our shoppings also done in online and payments are digital. So we are in era of complete the digital domination of, and the COVID pandemic has brought forth these changes in a matter of the month. So in this digital transformation has opened up the several opportunities of learning and career development for each and everyone. I hope as experts in robotics and automation, we are seeing many industries invest in the robust digital platform along with the industrial setup. While the need of such cyber physical systems have been increasing since the advent of Industry 4.0, the actual adoption has begun today. In this important to understand the details of the digital world that we live in, and we see all the growth areas we can explore for ourselves. So a quick and today our guest speaker, Honorable Mr. Prabakaran Murugaiah, has over 20 years experience in talent acquisition and incubation of startups. He is a wonderful human being. He is the founder of CEO and techfetch.com, and which has reached 3 million plus professional annual. He is the inventor of algorithm QFetch, which powers the platform and enables recruiters to find the perfect candidates in under 30 seconds. So he is a board member of TIDC, which is Washington's largest platform of fostering entrepreneurship and innovation. He is also the chairman of Tiliconveli, a facility in Tiliconveli that brings Silicon Valley-esque tech ecosystem to rural India. So on the note, he is a great experienced guy. He's a mentor of a lot of new startup companies. He's a great human being. Once again, sir, I'm really happy about you such a guy who are here for this session. I invite Mr. Prabakaran Murugaiah sir to start the session, sir.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to join you to share my some of my knowledge and experience and what we are seeing or going to see in future. So today the topic is digital transformation and automation, but more than the digital transformation and automation, how this is going to impact our life and our generation, next generation. So we are in the, or what I call is, whatever the transformation that happened in the past, which took 200 years, 300 years, and then 100 years, now it's going to take only 5 to 10 years. So the transformation is exponential. So I'm going to give a foundation and fundamentals of how this transformation is going to impact. You need to go a little bit more about the history, maybe 300-400 years, then only you will understand that how this will impact you, especially the current generation have not seen the non-digital world, because when you born with mobile on your hand. When rather than when you take the paper and pencil in elementary school, that time you had an opportunity to even touch mobile. We did not have that opportunity, so you may not know the power of the transformation. So this discussion today is going to be more of a fundamental of this transformation and how the future is going to look like, maybe 20, 30, 50 years, right? So can everyone hear me very well in terms of audio clarity? Everything is okay?
Yes, sir. Audio clarity is okay, sir.
All right. Okay. So when we grew up, this is our very generic, or most of the time we were taught like this, like Mada, Pida, Guru, Daivam, right? Mom, Dad, Guru, and God. This is the four elements. But the current generation, especially with the digital transformation world, the two things added. So in addition to Mom, Dad, Guru, and God, the two things, Google and YouTube, is added. So you're already having, instead of four, you have six guidance in your life. Just way of our life doesn't exist without a Google and YouTube. That is how we do on a daily basis. Without these two, we are not moving forward. So that is the first part of the digital transformation, which is happening every minute of our life. Today's discussion, there are 5 major topics that we are going to cover, probably 10 minutes each. And then I will focus a little more on the 5th point, skill economy and outcome economy. And then we can take some questions, right? So the 5 topics will be, what is generation X, Y, and Z? And we are moving towards 30 hours work week. We all know the current generation or the previous generation worked 40 hours a week. Why are we moving towards 30 hours a work week, and when? Number 1. And then what is gig economy? That is the new way of creating jobs, new way of workforce, and that is how things are going to get done. 50% of future jobs will be part of this gig economy, which means 30 hours a work week for 50% of workforce. So how that is going to transform for our life. Even though we are going to work only 30 hours a week, our quality of life will be 4 times better, not just 100%. It is 400%. Our life, quality of life will be 400%. And if you see the last 200, 300, 400 years, our life cycle, especially the life expectancy, is considerably increasing. 200 years ago, our previous generation lived maybe 25, 30 years, and then it became 40 years, and then 50 years. And now the life expectancy is above 80 years. It varies, depends on the country and the DNA and the genomics, but at the same time, it is considerably increasing. Most likely, the current generation is likely to have 3-digit life cycle, long life, very long life. It is very important to understand, and whatever the planning, whatever the retirement, whatever the life cycle, whatever the workforce that is being designed to live only 70, 80 years, it's not going to work anymore. So your generation is going to live for at least 100 years, which means you have to transform your life and health and the way that you are living, which is a very important point. And then finally, we will discuss about skill economy and outcome economy, which is very close to the current participants. So I will spend more time on the skill economy and outcome economy, as well as gig economy. Most of the participants, I believe, are either students graduated or currently they are in the college. What kind of audience do you have now?
Yeah, they are graduated peoples are there also there, sir. And most of the peoples are doing engineering, budding engineers.
Okay, very good. All right. So let's understand the fundamental of digital transformation. You all know the digital transformation, like, you go and use mobile apps to buy either tickets or shopping online or making payment or including, mobile recharge, all just a click. Like, you take your mobile and then get a lot of these services done. And imagine if you don't have this mobile, or if you don't have the internet, or you don't have even power on your mobile, everything is gone. And if you have, how much is the efficiency how much things can you get it done in faster way. That is how the digital transformation. Close your eyes and think that if you left your mobile at home and then go to a shop, or you need to inform somebody, your life doesn't exist without this mobile phone and the connectivity. So the digital is part of every minute of our life. But assuming a very simple explanation, I'll give a little, say you go to a shop. The power of digital transformation is like, one is the use of services, but more than use of services, the exponential benefit of this digital transformation, right? You go to a fruit shop and you buy fruits and then pay cash and then collect the remaining money and come. That was the maybe 10 years ago. And today, they say that, okay, I'll accept via, say, Paytm, and you pay. It may look like a simple digital transformation. However, imagine there are 25 people buying this, and then all 25 is giving the payment. Still, the system will work, right? So instead of one person sequentially collecting money, checking the balance, and then clearing the line one by one, and if everybody took the mobile and then pay, and they get paid and they get the accounts credited without having even that person. That is the power of digital transformation. Now we will discuss more how this digital transformation is beyond this just a payment alone, right? So the power of digital transformation and automation is going to be exponentially increase the value, and how you should be part of that digital transformation, and how you should be helping even uneducated street vendors to everybody, help move them towards a digital transformation, right? So lot of products, lot of tools, lot of services, lot of solution can be built around this digital transformation, and you are here to know about those opportunities. All right, the first topic we will discuss about generation X, Y, and Z. What is generation X, Y, and Z? So before generation X, we call it baby boomers. They were born between 1944 to 1964. Likely to be your grandparents. They are maybe 70, 80 years old now. And then the generation X. Generation X is my generation, born between 1965 to 1979. This is the generation actually brought a lot of innovation. Our parents and the previous generation, baby boomers, brought industrial level revolution, mostly mechanics, machines, automations, in terms of manual to mechanized world. So they transform with the electricity, coal power, steam power, mostly towards mechanical engineering. And our generation brought a lot of innovation in digital, in terms of chips, in terms of communication, in terms of computers, in terms of softwares. So we put together that previous generation created mechanical engineering revolution, mostly manufacturing and large scale production. Now, the current, like our Gen X, we have added 3 times more power into the mechanized world, in terms of, say, the existing mechanical engineering being automated with CNC machines, softwares, 3D printers, and robotics. Right? All of that require digital revolution in terms of the software, in terms of precision, in terms of materials, and in terms of automation. Right? All of those things are added. But so we added 300% of efficiency on top of the foundation which is built by our forefathers. Now the next generation, which is millennials, we already graduated. They are all currently working with 5 to 10 years experience. They are transforming whatever we have built in terms of platforms, basically software and industrial and automation. Now they are adding on top of it because of a social interaction, right? Now the knowledge has been shared in fraction of seconds to multiple people. Everybody, whatever they have invented in a very small fraction, that comes to online. So now it's more of a collaborative, it is more of a sharing, it is more of a social. So the internet and the mobile and everybody's living in the connected world. So the our next generation, my kid generation, they are all putting together in a very powerful connected way, where they truly made the world a flat. Today I'm here in Washington DC. It's about 7:50 in the morning, and you are in India. It's 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the evening, but we don't have any kind of distance, 8,000 miles apart, but we don't have the distance. And all over India, you're all joining. That is the power of the next level digital generation. And you are learning something which we took maybe a year. That is happening for you in matter of minutes. All right. So the Gen Z is your generation. You're all likely to be born between 1995 to 2015, maybe anywhere between, you may be all below 25 years old. So this is the Gen Z, and you are the best generation in our, next generation, maybe even a lot more better. We don't know. But you don't know the problems that we have faced, but you have the power to transform the world, because a lot of critical thinking, because you don't need to look for the problems. All you need to look for an opportunity, right? So that's how that this generation is evolved. I said we are moving towards 30 hours of work week. Why? If you take the last 200 years, from 1870, people are likely to work 80 hours a week, 60, 80 hours a week. And it took 200 years or maybe 100 years to brought that 70 hours of work week to 50 hours. So the 70 hours of work week is just work alone, 10 hours a day for 7 days a week. That is how they worked predominantly in the agriculture. And then when the mechanized world came in, that got reduced after 1900 to 60 hours. Then the more and more automation and the industrial revolution happens. So we were able to produce more food, and we were moving from agricultural to mechanics or manufacturing industry. That required only 40 to 50 hours of week. So everybody took one day off, right? Only Sunday, or maybe a half day Saturday. That is how it will transform. It took 100 years to bring a 70 hours work week to 50 hours work week. To reduce 20 hours, it took 100 years. And then from 1920 to the current, we are pretty much know that only 40 hours a work week, which is 8 hours a day, only 5 days a week, and 2 days off, because the population has been increased and more people need job, and people were getting paid more, maybe double the salary of 1900 because of inflation and everything. But that has been existing for last maybe 50, 60 years of 40 hours work week. But what will happen is, moving forward from 2020 onwards, the jobs will be spread into two things, where people will be working maybe 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week, 30 hours a week, or 40 hours a week. People who work more than 30 hours will be very less number of people. Like on entrepreneurs and other thing, yes, we do work 80 hours a week even today. Those are exceptional, which is probably, I would say, 1%. And many of you will be entrepreneurs, many of you will be building companies, many of you will be creating jobs. You are likely to work 80 hours a week, don't create an exception. But the productivity, what you do 70, 80 hours a week, will be maybe 4 or 5 times bigger. Now I'll tell you how the 30 hours work week will do. That's part of the gig economy. Why you need to work only 30 hours a week, but still make maybe even double the salary and more flexible. So if you work less than 40 hours a week, you are part of gig economy. So there are a lot of companies already in the gig economy, you probably know. So I'll give one example called, let's say, TaskRabbit. The TaskRabbit is, again, gig workforce. They have several hundred thousand or several million people on their platform. Say, example, you want to convert a book and a physical book to digital, and it has 3,000 pages. What was happening before to do the digital conversion? They took the book and give it to a BPO company where they may have 50 people, and that 30,000 pages being given to that 50 people. Not all the 50 may work on it. Maybe 10 of them will work on it for a month to get that translated. What happens now is those 3,000 pages are scanned into digital form, and somebody, artificial intelligence and scanning, will extract the data and then put it in a sheet. Somebody has to just verify it. Previously, to retype everything, it might have taken 4 hours. Now it probably need only 40 minutes to verify. That too, they will give that work, that 3,000 pages digitally converted, scanned, given to 300 people, and each one may need to review only 10 pages. It probably may take only 10 hours. So the whole 3,000 pages converted from book to digital with this gig economy, gig workforce in 10 hours. That is how the power of gig economy works. However, you need to continue to get more work. Sometimes you may not get even 30 hours of work or 40 hours of work. Some months may be higher, some months may be lower. But it is not only the TaskRabbit. Some work you will do at Upwork, some work you will do at Lyft, some work you will do at it depends on. So that 30 hours work potentially maybe in 2 companies. Some of the knowledge skill, right, transformed to from knowledge economy to skill economy. What you are good at it, you will be doing more. So this is just a generic information of a gig economy. 50% of the work will be done. Anything that is task based, which is a low level workforce, will be on gig economy. And if you move away from knowledge to skill, you can write code, and you can innovate something, you can automate something, then you are on the top 1 or 5% of the workforce, where you will be getting consistent work and a long time and a very high pay, because wherever you are, the work will come to you. So we are living in a flat global world. So being part of gig economy, you will be able to get a job. Previously the restriction is, okay, if you are in Delhi, you will get this job. If you are in Chennai, you will get this job. If you are in Germany, you will get this job. Today, wherever you are, if you know something really good, and if we have an exceptional experience or knowledge, doesn't matter whether you have just graduated or whether you have 5 years experience or whether you have worked for this company, doesn't matter. They will give, and you give the output, that is the and you get paid. So that is how the gig economy will transform the future of workforce. I'll also give a little more depth information on digital transformation in gig economy, right? Where the opportunities exist. It exists around us. Everything, whatever we do, the gig economy and the digital transformation is around us. So far, predominantly, entertainment at home is the main activity, where after work we come home and we have entertainment at home, especially either the cable TV or a news and other thing for 2-3 hours. But today, because of these health issues and pandemic, even movies are released online. So theaters are converted into digital form. So even entertainment itself changing in a larger way, where you sing from home. So you contribute. You not only consume the content, you're also contributing the content. So you are a producer as well as a consumer on this digital economy. So entertainment at home. We already know that work at home, which is, which I said is a gig economy, and learn at home. Schools are going online. When you're talking about learn at home, you're also teaching at home, right? So again, you are a producer and a consumer. If you can teach online, you can teach online not just for 10 kids, but maybe 100 kids or maybe 1,000 kids via online. So the power of distribution. Say example, you are a good tutor and you can teach somebody. Say you charge 1,000 rupees for 10 students. That is the previous, um, in-house, in-person teaching. Now you are going online. Instead of 10 people, now you can teach 100 people. So instead of charging 1,000 rupees, you can charge even 200 rupees to 100 people, which means you already doubled your revenue, but you have reduced the cost by 5 times. So the scale of economy, digital, is going to be very powerful. Now, previously, because of 1,000 rupees fee, there are only 10 people learned. Today, because it is 200 rupees, there are 100 people are learning. So the more and more people are joining and learning and expanding the knowledge, so more people are available, which will reduce the wages, but the work will be getting done. And because of more people are working, the consumption also going high. Imagine you are a tutor, you are charging 1,000 rupees. Now you are charging 200 rupees, 5 times less, but still you double the money. On the student side, rather than paying 1,000 rupees, now they are paying only 200 rupees, but they are also getting consumed. So this is how the revolution will happen, and more jobs will be created, more and more people will be available. And then the other transformation is also happening is health at home. 80% of health is easily manageable with simple vital signs. Unless it is a critical, you need a injection, or you need a IV, or you need a surgery, which is probably less than 20% of health issues. Most of the health issues, okay, I have some ear infection, take this antibiotic. I have fever, take this tablet. I have some breathing issue, blood pressure is high. Your smartwatch itself will be able to give the doctor, and your smartphone camera itself will be more powerful than the doctor's digital scope. So lot of, imagine that you have a little bit fever, you want to talk to doctor, take your phone, go for a video call with the doctor, and then your smartwatch can give the heartbeat and the blood pressure, and your work is done. Imagine the digital transformation, taking your vehicle, going to the hospital, sitting there in the waiting area, and then the doctor is going to spend the same 5 minutes with you to give or prescribe this tablets, which is happening transformed way in 5 to 10 minutes. That is, now the doctors can see 400 patients instead of 100 patients a day, because your vital information, everything, instead of a nurse, the machine is taking everything. That is the automation. So now we have touched the 4, just I have given only the 4: entertainment, work, learn, and health. There are a lot of other things also going to come. People are cooking at home and distributing to other people. So kitchen at home, right? Hotel at home, you are ordering food and bringing it home, but also homemade foods are getting delivered. Homemade products, like in even masalas, people, we all know that pickles are created at home and sell it to people like that. So we all part of the consumer, we are all part of the producer too. Because of all these changes, the quality of life is going to improve. So I gave 2-3 examples how you can get learning from home, how you can get healthcare at home, which means you don't need to wait on the traffic, you don't need to go and wait in the queue. So your quality of life, it's just a simple fever and you get your medicine in 5 minutes. You know, the doctor give a prescription and you order it online, somebody's coming and delivering it to your home. That's the quality of life we are talking about. And then the long life, which I said, which is because of the economy power. If you say, if you say the vaccines, we all had vaccines like the smallpox and those kind of thing, which, even including polio, all of that has been eradicated. So now polio cases are zero. Similarly, there will be a vaccine for this pandemic also. We all had flu shots. This will be similar to flu, but a lot more intensive. It will get vaccine. So the life will be a lot more better. Now the genomic therapy is coming up, where the medicine will be either cure for cancer or cure for kidney disease, those kind of things. So and then the final one is the skill economy and outcome economy. All these 5 transformation, right? Because of the 5 major disruptions happening. Number 1 is 5G and AI and automation, energy and battery, like I said, the genome therapy, and industrial automation, especially Internet of Things. We call it an IIOT or industrial information, industrial automation, those kind of things, like IO 4.0. So why? Imagine the use cases of either Paytm, your app, your mobile. All of that requires a connectivity. So it's just a device so far. Mobile is just your device. Many places we have 4G, especially in major cities. Imagine the speed between 3G to 4G, how fast it is, how quick it is. And now we are going to 5G. Maybe by end of the year, we will have 5G predominantly adopted, which is probably 100 times faster than the 4G. Imagine the speed that you have between 3G to 4G, and 4G to 5G will be, some places, it depends on the bandwidth, it may be 20 times better. Sometimes it may be 100 times better. Here in the developed world, even at my home, my bandwidth is 1 gigabyte, fiber. So live streaming, high HD quality movies are live instantaneously. Now we'll become a hologram where we all just seeing only the picture and hearing the audio. After 5G, we all maybe virtually living in one room with a 3-dimensional picture, so which is 5G. And then AI and automation, you all a lot of hearing about it. I'll give one quick example on that. Very important innovation is coming up with the energy and battery, especially solar, right? In maybe 10 years down the line, or maybe 20 years down the line, in the developing countries, there may not be a need for grid. There is no electrical power coming via cables. It will be on solar, it will be on a wind, it will be generated every home. So even with the, you have mobile phone, you have internet, but if you don't have a battery, then it is useless. So now the energy and battery also solve the problem. So 5G is 100 times faster. The energy and battery is already 10 times equipping because of new technologies and new kind of battery. And then the medical also, it is coming to genome therapy. And then the Internet of Things. Because of this 5G and the AI and the energy, now machines can talk to everybody. So every machine, you say you have an air conditioner, that air conditioner is consuming. So now they are putting a sensors. So these are important part of the skill economy and outcome economy. Okay, I'll take a little deeper listening to this particular transformation, especially Internet of Things. Imagine you have an air conditioner and then it was down. It cannot be solved remotely, right? Somebody has to come and open it and take a look at it and say that this part was not working or this is damaged, and they need to go back and either bring the parts. So 3-4 days you don't have an air conditioning, right? The new machines, they are AI powered. Okay, what does it mean AI powered? Instead of you go and tell that my AC is not working, they will put a sensor, they will put a chip inside the air conditioner, and then they will continuously monitoring what is the power consumption going on ongoing basis, what is the heat it is producing, what is the level of either freon or whatever the things that they are using. It will track everything, and if there is a variation because of some parts are going to get bad, it is not just going to get burst, this one thing, or you are seeing the power fluctuation too much, it will sense everything and then send the information to the manufacturing company, or maybe you is saying that there are a lot of power fluctuations coming up, or this particular coil is heating more, or this particular component is driving more energy, you probably need a replacement. This information has been already given to the manufacturing company through the AI, because now the Internet of Thing machine, your air conditioner is connected to the manufacturer through the wireless 5G network, and you don't need to even send it. The machine will send the information that, hey, I'm going to die in 5 days, or this particular component, my arm is not working, my leg is not working, I have a lot of pain here. It will send those indication to the manufacturing company, and then from the serviceman, they will come and knock your door. Your air condition is going to die in 2 days, and this component is not working. Can we come and replace it? Imagine the change, the digital transformation. You should think of whatever things are happening around you, having problem. I'll give one lame example, very powerful automation. About 5-6 years ago, I think. I grew up in a small village, and my father is a farmer, and I studied in a small village where there are a lot of generators and pumps in the paddy fields to power the water, right? The power will be available for agriculture only after 10 p.m. and it will be available only at 4 a.m. So that was the facility available. So we need to walk for maybe 40-50 minutes, about a couple of kilometers, and then go and switch on the pump at 10 o'clock in the night, and then wait for 2-3 hours and then come back, right? Somebody invented a very simple mechanism when the mobile, this I'm talking about, recently, maybe 5-6 years ago, where after 10 o'clock, you send an SMS and then it will switch on that pump. And then you send another SMS and then switch off it. It was a very simple, just an SMS. It is not about 5G, it's not about AI, it is not about Internet of Things. It is a very simple switch on, switch off connected with the mobile. And as soon as you receive that SMS, you switch on that, and you receive another SMS and you switch off. Just imagine the automation can happen in a very simple way. Like that, you have to find an opportunity and problem and how you solve it. And as I said, you have a Google and YouTube. Somebody might have invented a solution for something that you have seen. You don't need to crack your head to see and create an innovation in a larger way. Somebody somewhere, maybe in Kenya, if you see in Kenya, water is a big problem. What they have done is they extract the water from the moisture of the air, and the bottle of water is available, and with the solar power. So like that, you go and spend your time in learning all those things and try to create something. Even if you are not creating as a product, if you are not creating as a business or a venture, that knowledge help you to even get a job. Say, I try to do this, I have understood this. Where you have more interest, go and learn that. If it is 3D printing, what materials can be used in 3D printing? Why we need to use this material instead of that material? All of that will help and change. we have hundreds of thousands of problems around us where we all can be an innovator, we all can be an entrepreneur, we all can create products and solve the problem. So these are the 5 keywords that you need to keep learning, searching and find out what is 5G, what is AI and automation, what is cloud computing and robotics and energy. So I'll give a simple explanation on artificial intelligence. This is the most disruptive innovation coming up for your generation, because now machines can see, machines can hear, machines can speak, and even it can think partially. I'll give a simple example. You all have your Google Assistant on your phone. You might have tried everything. So it will always listen, so I'll tell you, okay, Google, schedule a call with Ovid Shaker at 10 a.m. today.
Sorry, I can't find anything on your calendar that matches that.
Okay. It says that it want to create a Google Calendar. So just giving that information is giving like an assistant work for you. You're not paying for anything. You just have your mobile phone, right? And you use that for map. I want to go and find the address of this person. Then it says to take a left and right. And all, it doesn't cost you anything. So now machines can hear, machines can speak what to do step by step, right? It tracks everything and give you. This is the power that you have on your hand to create. Don't look for jobs that somebody has to come and give it to you. You can create hundreds of jobs. Just think, moving forward, I don't expect a company to come and create 100,000 jobs. Not even a single company will come and create 100,000 jobs, but there will be 100,000 entrepreneurs like you will create 10 jobs each, which is 10 times more powerful. All you need is to create maybe 5-10 jobs and solve very small problem around you and make money. The potential to do everything is in front of you and available. And you might have heard the boards like Raspberry Pi, those kind of thing. It's very small, with all the sensors and everything. It costs you probably less than $100. It's not even the cost of the computer. It works on a battery, and it's an open source platform. Use that to automate something, right? So that is the difference between the knowledge economy and the skill economy. Knowledge economy is you know something, right? So I'll give an example of knowledge economy. You know how can be driven, right? And if somebody says that, hey, do you know how cars can be driven? I have a vacancy for a driver. Will you hire somebody who know how to drive, or will you hire somebody who can drive? By seeing somebody, hey, cars can be, okay, you need to put a gear, you need to put a brake here, you have accelerator here, and you have a steering. That's all, which is knowledge economy. But you have to go and practice it for 30 hours, 40 hours, 1 month, and show somebody that this is how to drive, and these are the things you need to watch. Somebody have to give you license to drive. That is a skill, right? That's part of the skill. And then knowledge versus skill to outcome. I know how to drive a car, or I know how to drive a van, but if I want to drive a truck, an 18-foot truck, you're not going to get even with the just license. You need to have a practice, you need somebody guidance, you need an expert advice, and you learn it. That is the outcome. So the more you learn, the more you practice, more you can increase your value. So that's the and then this is I think we're almost close to the timing. Wherever you are, you can create jobs. Wherever you are, you can do innovation. And especially what I have seen, and I have built a technology park in a place called Tirunelveli, which is a tier 3 city, close to a lot of villages. And we are building a smart manufacturing training center. We are also building an IIOT as well as a robotics training we are giving there. And that too, mostly towards solving problem in agriculture, healthcare, and education. It is not just about IT. IT is just part of everything. Tomorrow's production, tomorrow's business, it's all integrated. Manufacturing requires IT, robotics, and sensors, all of them going together. It is not just mechanic anymore. It is not about machines or tools anymore. It is a combined. So even in US now, the new education is coming up with physics, chemistry, IT, and robotics combined. You need to understand the heat, you need to understand the chemical reaction, you need to understand the material, you need to understand the physics, and you need to understand the programming, and you need to understand the robotics and sensor. So it is not about just micro learning. You may good at one thing, you may do how to do the programming, but you need to understand that how the protocols coming from machines, is that hyper protocol, it is a sensor, everything gives a different set of information. How do you bring all those information? How do you bring all those data? How you instruct a machine, like somebody sending an SMS to switch on the machine? That requires understanding of the mobile and the SMS and receive communication and switching on the mechanical trigger. All of that goes together. So that is how the new industry will work. This is one example. Whatever you do, now you can sell it globally. This is one of the initiatives that we took in Tirunelveli called ruralshop.com, where the company is on online to sell products manufactured in rural. It's predominantly consumables like biodegradable plates, coconut shell based, even now ice creams are given in the coconut shell, right? So biodegradable, all those things. Like that, people are good at manufacturing things in villages, and some platform like this will be able to take your product and sell it globally. You don't need to worry about selling it. So each one can solve the problem in a different way, because we are all connected together, because we are all in a seamless connection globally. We are all one network, and people can come and search for, okay, if I need a biodegradable plates for my party, they will come here and then buy it. It may be produced in a small village somewhere, which I don't know, right? But it is available. That is the power of the future in terms of creating jobs, in terms of production, manufacturing, marketing, digital transformation. Finally, with all that, it all boils down to a person. Who, right? So I've done a few things. I mentor people, I help companies to grow, I do invest in companies. I'm part of an entrepreneurship network. But throw everything out, whatever I said, everything. I'll share 3 things which make me happy, which make me feel I'm successful. I call it as 1, 2, 3 of my day, right? 1, 2, 3 of my day. I would encourage you to follow these 3 things, but at least 2, worst case, at least 1, right? So what I do, number 1, I exercise 1 hour a day. Today is early morning. Usual my days, by this time I could have finished my running and come back. I run 4 or 5 miles a day in an hour, at least 6 days a week. So that 1 hour, you are giving it for you. It is for your health, and you are spending that 1 hour. You have to take care of yourself. If you don't know, you cannot, or if you don't want to spend that 1 hour, you are going to pay a lot of price in a late stage. So health is very, 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 very important. And even I would recommend you to go and search why you need to run for a day or an hour a day, or why you have to be in exercise, because your brain takes 25% of your energy. Okay, your brain takes 25% of your energy the whole day, whatever you are consuming. But when you are running, your brain is taking a rest, because when you run, it is not it is not resting, means it is not thinking. You are more not likely to think, because your brain should give all the focus towards your body, your muscles, your heartbeat, your breath, so it won't allow you to think. So that's the only time, except sleeping, your brain will take a lot of good rest, and it get more oxygen, it get more blood. So running is a beautiful thing. And I learned it very late, and I'm doing this for last 15 years, but I could have done it long time back. So I would encourage you to take that as a, when you start running, then only you will know that how difficult it is. It is not that easy. And if you start doing it every day, you will be the most successful person. I have seen several entrepreneurs who took this and do it. And one day, many of you who listened here, they will come back and say, Prabhakar sir, I heard you are the 1 hour running, and now I'm doing it. And thank you for giving that information. I'm getting at least one message every day like that in my last several sessions. Okay, take that very kind hearted advice, please do. Number 2, learn 1 hour a day. Every day you should learn something new. Today, this webinar, you might have learned something, right? What is 5G? What is digital transformation? Something. You spend 1 hour to learn one thing new. That's all. Sometimes, you can learn something that don't touch a leaf, which is poison ivy. It will give more allergy. That can be a learning too. So it need not to be something, but what is more interesting to you, start learning it, and then you will keep that interest will create more. So today I talk about how the brain works, right? Which is nothing related to my IT or technology or 5G or innovation, but you need to know how the body works, right? A lot of learning every day. Spend that 1 hour, even that 1 hour, split that into 2-3 sections, 20 minutes watching a video, 20 minutes reading a blog, 20 minutes something. Okay. Then the third one, what should be the third one? 3 things I told you, right? 1 hour of exercise, which is for you. 1 hour of learning, which is also for you. And what should be the third one? It should be for others. You have to give back, right? Today, I spend 1 hour to you, which I'm giving you, where you have to give back. I may be spending 10 hours to create this presentation, put all my thoughts, but this 1 hour is giving you back to the community. And if everybody started giving that 1 hour, we all can give that 1 hour to somebody, which is probably 6-7 hours a week. We have lot of time we have in hand. So if you see the starting of the presentation, you're going to work only 30 hours a week, and still you're going to have 4 times quality of life. So the 10 hours you're not working should be allocated towards giving back. God is giving us an opportunity. Okay, you work less, but don't spend that 10 hours additional work time to watch movies on YouTube, waste your time. Give that 10 hours back to somebody, because somebody is going to give you 10 hours. You're watching and learning something which is given by somebody. You have an obligation and commitment to give back. So with that, I wish you all a very high success. And this time is a very difficult time. Use this time to learn more, and you can create opportunity for you and others. The situation likely to improve maybe after 18 months. I'm just giving you one more time. Till end of the year, the situation will be a lot more worse, and we will start seeing some recovery next year. To come back to normal, it will be 18 months. Don't worry about this 18 months. This 18 months is to strengthen your body. This 18 months is to strengthen your mind. This 18 months is strengthen to create opportunity for you. Plan for 18 months. Don't worry about the job. Don't worry about salary, because instead of retiring in 60 years, you, by having this health, by having this learning, take this 2 years from your retirement and you push your retirement from 60 to 62 years, most likely you are not likely to retire. You are likely to work till 75 years old. So don't worry about this 18 months. You will work 18 years more, but maybe little lesser, a lot more value. You all can contribute a lot. And again, I wish you all very good luck and very high success to your career. Take care of your parents. They have put a lot of time and effort, and without any expectation, they pray every day for your health. They pray every day for your comfort, and you have an obligation and commitment to take care of them, not to hurt them. Don't take that as an advantage. Take that as a responsibility. So back to Elil for any questions.
So I thank to wonderful time. So for the energetic presentation and energetic speech. So in Tirukural, in Tamil, Tirukural, other state people also there. So in Tirukural, beautiful quote is there. விரைந்து தொழில் கேட்கும் ஞானம் திறனினிது சொல்லுதல் வல்லார் பெறின். So you mean it, sir, actually. So thank you so much for an insightful session, for the journey of inspirational, and I'm sure our audience and students have a clear path towards succeeding in towards world. It's very early on the weekend, and it's wonderful that you have made the time post the webinar. So again, thank you for the wonderful speech, and thank you so much for our time, sir, actually.
Thank you very much. All the best for everybody.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
The video, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for latest video updates.